Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again to the old schoolhouse here in the wee hamlet of Butterstone for another wee free half hour. And I missed you last week. I was doing a concert down in Cumbernauld, which was brilliant. But it's nice to get everybody together again. I'm very excited tonight for a couple of things. One is we have finally managed to get our full fibre broadband delivered to the old schoolhouse here. Now this is number 278, and it's been quite stressful trying to do these broadcasts with the limited broadband we've had, but we still don't have it patched in for tonight, but I'm very excited about that. And also I'm very excited because I just spent all day today down at the Farming Yesteryear, it's a fair down at Scone Palace where everybody has their old tractors and kind of all kinds of things all to do with farming. And I bought a couple of things. Well, I bought one thing, which I'm going to show you later on. But I'm excited about that. And I'm going to start off with this song, which I originally wrote it for my grandfather, who was, we called him Shenner, he was a native Gaelic speaker. And because I knew the family had come from the island of Mull, but it wasn't him that came from the island of Mull, it was my great-grandfather. So actually the song's really about my great-grandfather, and we called him Old Shenner. And Shenner is just the Gaelic word for grandfather. Anyway, so it's an old song, a really old song of mine, and I hope I managed to get through it. But I thought I'd tell you a quick story before I did the song, because last week there I discovered some recordings I'd made of my father, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And he was telling all kinds of stories in it. And he was talking about my Shenner. And my Shenner used to smoke a clay pipe. You know, a clay pipe? And seemingly, they lived away up on the moors, and seemingly they could get a bit dirty after a while, you know what I mean? And the kind of with the tobacco and the smoke and everything. And so he'd buy a new one. But seemingly, if you buried the old clay pipe in the sphagnum moss, which is the moss that makes peat, if you buried it in the sphagnum moss, it cleaned the pipe up. If you left it for 2 or 3 months, it would clean the pipe up. But my father said it was really funny to watch my grandfather when he maybe broke his clay pipe and he was desperate for a smoke, and him running around the moor trying to remember where he'd buried the pipes and digging up bits of peat bog to try and find the pipes. Anyway, I love stories like that, you know. Anyway, I called it Shenner's song, and see how we go on. It's usually be old Shenner's song, actually. From the island of the mountains to the hills across Argyll, with a heart that is so broken with every weary mile, and he'll never hear the whisper of his Hebridean wind, or the thunder of the ocean as the Minch comes tumbling in, and he's holding out, he's holding out on the frayed edge of time, on the borderline. And he rests the tired shepherd where the gentle Devon flows, but inside there is a yearning no one really knows. And in the quiet of the evening he would sing his island songs, for the ashes of his fathers and the children of his sons, and he's holding out, he's holding out on the frayed edge of time, on the and these chains have not been broken, and our freedom is not won. And though many words are spoken, we still wander weary on. And there are 100 questions and 1,000 reasons why, but our answer's there somewhere in the Hebridean sky. And we're holding out, we're holding out on the frayed edge of time, on the borderline. Thank you very much, and that's my very, very old song about my old Shenner, my old grandfather, and his. They moved across from the island of Mull onto the mainland. Anyway, I'm going to show you the thing that I bought I'm going to put this guitar down. I'm going to take 2 minutes out to show you this because I'm really excited about it. And I mean, you'll wonder why I'm excited about it when you see it. But I mean, I got this, and I don't know if you. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to lift this up and try and explain to you what it is. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to. You might be able to see it, and it's actually called a fiddle, believe it or not. But I've been trying all day to get a tune out of it, but no, you can't. What it is it's from the 40s, I think, in 1930s and 40s, and it's what the old farmers used for sowing the seeds in their fields. And what you did was you strapped it on like this. You strapped it on like this, and had it under your arm some way. I'm not quite sure yet. And then you pushed it's like a fiddle bow. You did that, and this little thing spins round and threw the seeds out into the field. Now, I've never seen one. This is in such good condition. It's like a museum piece. I was able to buy it from a guy who was selling it at the thing. But isn't that a brilliant thing? And you filled it up with grain here. You filled the grain in this bag, and then the grain would get shot out these little things as you walked along with the. But it's called a fiddle, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And so I'm going to put that down. And before I do the next song, I actually have. I'm going to bore you with this, but this is this is which I've had for a few years, which was the forerunner of the fiddle, and it's just a bracket that you had round you. You tied it round your waist with a strap. You had a sack kind of hanging here, and you just grabbed handfuls of the grain and threw it out, 2 hands, and you walked and you spread it. I've not got a strap on it, so it's hard to show you, but this is really, really old. And I love all these kind of things. So I just thought I would share that with you because I got quite excited about being able to buy that fiddle at the farm in yesteryear today. So I'm going to do this song. Now, I've got some requests here, so I'll read them. I've got a big sheet of requests here. Shenner's song, I sung that for my dear friend Susan King, who's watching in Maryland, in America now. And I hope you enjoyed that. Susan, I hope you're all well. And it's also a happy birthday to Janet Gallant from Yale in Michigan. Hi, Janet. Janet's a regular. And Beth Sissons from Montreal in Canada. And Beth's also a regular. So that's what the request was for that wee song. And it's lovely. It's part of the wee kind of community of folks that tune into these shows. I'm going to do this, which is... All eyes are empty behind the heavy heart. Who'll fix the broken dream before it falls apart? And all things equal to whom it may concern, the child will lose the place. Time will never learn. Hide away, don't hide away. It's just the price we have to pay when nothing seems too clear. It's so close but never near. Hide away, don't hide away. So many foolish things they say. We started from to resolution. And all things equal, it's useless to ignore the well-known stranger who is waiting at your door. Oh, we stand in silence. Oh, how could we be here, waiting in the shadow light for nothing to appear? Hide away, don't hide away. It's just the price we have to pay when nothing seems too clear. It's so close but never near. Hide away, don't hide away. So many foolish things they say from the place we started from to resolution. And all things equal to whom it may concern, the soldier leaves his post, the jury will adjourn. adjourn, and all faults forgotten, and old fools won't repent as around their jaded words they loiter with intent. Hide away, don't hide away, it's just the price we have to pay when nothing seems too clear. It's so close but never near. Hide away, don't hide away, so many foolish things they say from the place we started from to resolution. You can try singing that with me if you fancy. Go on, right. Hide away, don't hide away, it's just the price we have to pay. Oh, when nothing seems too clear, it's so close but never near. Hide away, don't hide away, so many foolish things they say from the place we started from to resolution. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song, Resolution, and I can hear you singing there. I'm getting a wee bit of a vibe, a wee bit of a global choir vibe there. I forgot to mention, to introduce to you to the Tatty Faces. Could you please welcome to the stage the wonderful Tatty Faces who are accompanying me with their usual virtuosity. Now, they've been very excited that I was down at Farming yesteryear and brought back that fiddle seed sower, because they're going on about it being part of their culture, and it's all that sort of stuff, and they're very excited. Anyway, I'm going to do a wee song now with a chorus for you all, and that song I was requested by Lindsay Kelly Ordway from Madison in Wisconsin. Now, that's a nice part of the country up there. I spent a lot of time travelling around in America, and probably know America better than most Americans because I was in every kind of nook and cranny of it when I was travelling around singing. I'm just going to change guitars here. This is a wee song that I wrote in Australia, and I actually wrote it for the Aborigines, and it came from reading a wee book called The Songlines. And the Aborigines are amazing people, and I was very lucky to spend a lot of time a number of years ago up in Arnhem Land with them. I got these wee shows that I was able to go and do kind of arts council tours, and they would fly. I was flying in little 4-seater airplanes up and around the kind of the mining towns. Actually, the shows were in the mining towns, and then I'd go out to the Aboriginal missions and hang out. And so I taught myself to play didgeridoo when I was up there, and it was. And the chorus is very easy. You sing, "In your singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me." And there's a wee verse in it which talks about caterpillar dreaming. And that's what the Aborigines up in Alice Springs, the Aborigines believed that their mountains, if you see the mountains, they look like a large sleeping caterpillar. And that was part of the dream time. It was caterpillar dreaming. And so let's see how much noise we can make with the global choir. You've done this before. We've sung this a few times now, so you'll be no stranger to it. Anyway, the regulars won't be. And anybody who's just joined us, it won't take you long to get your head around it. And I have a story, actually, that I used to tell. I don't know if I've ever told it on here, but every year in Alice Springs, they have there's a river which runs through Alice Springs called the River Todd. And every year they have a regatta on it. But it doesn't seem to bother any of the locals that there's only ever water in the River Todd about once every 20 years. The rest of the time it's just this dry riverbed. But that hasn't stopped them because they've got these specially constructed boats. And they've cut holes in the bottoms of the boat. And the crews all climb into these boats and they have wee handles and they lift them up until their wee legs are dangling out of the bottom of the boats. And somebody fires a starting pistol and they run like the clappers down the dry riverbed to the finishing line with a cloud of dust trailing behind them, you know. But what's even more fascinating than that in the shade of the gum trees are all these groups of Aborigines. And they're just watching this and they're just shaking their heads and going, what in the name of the wee man, you know, what's going on here? Anyway, so let's see how much noise we can, that's how much global noise we can make with this. All right, Mr. Tattyface? Burning skies are never ending across your red brush plains, and out where the dingo still is king and eternity remains, there between the old and ancient desert oasis bright, you gentle children who have gone, well, they're close to me tonight in your singing land, in your singing land. Shine on, oh, shine on over me. That's what you sing. Try it on. Your singing land, in your singing land, shine on, oh, shine on over me. And there's a feeling still and eerie, there's a feeling strong, the path humanity has come and the path that he has gone. Me, I am just passing 80 years and 10, and I'm just a stranger who may never come this way again. In your singing land, in your singing land, shine on, oh, shine on over me. Sounding good? We can do a bit more noise going. In your singing land, in your singing land, shine on, oh, shine on over me. the spell of caterpillar dreaming, new life shapes its form along the river's naked banks that are straining for the storm. On sacred rock in thunder ocean, the tree of man grows clear. The woodlarks sing, the brolgas dance. Oh, and dawn is slipping near. You singing land, you singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me. You singing land, you singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me. This is where you sing it on your own. Global choir, are you ready? Have a wee mouthful of whatever libation you have sitting beside you in your kitchen or wherever you are, or out in your garden, wherever you are. On your own, make a bit of noise. Here we go. You sing. Beautiful. And again, you sing. I think you could do it again. That sounded great with a wee harmony or two. I'll sing the harmony one. You sing land, you sing land, shine on, oh shine on. It's a wee bit high for me to sing, but some of you can do it. You sing land, you sing. Last time, you singing land, you singing land, shine on, oh shine on over me. Well done, well done. That sounded great. That sounded great. We're getting the vibe here, weren't we, Mr. Tattyface? We're getting the vibe here in the old schoolhouse. That's brilliant. And I've got a big long list of why that people who requested this song. So I'm just going to take a wee minute out to read it to you. It's for Mac and Jan Stinchfield, and they're now in Condon in Oregon. But I believe they want it for it in memory of Hamilton Scott, long-time publisher of the Blairgowrie Advertiser. Now we call it the Blairy, and I know the Blairy well, and he passed away sadly in February of this year. But he was well into his 90s, she said in the wee letter. But her James Simpson Stewart, her great uncle, who apprenticed as a teenager at the Blairgowrie Advertiser before coming to America in Oregon in the 1880s, where then he published a wee weekly newspaper for the next 28 years from the Blairy in Blairgowrie. Now, one of the things we used to do when I went to school in Blairgowrie, we used to get guided tours of the Blairy office and the machine was still in there. the old lead machine the lead machine that they made the typeface with, and we used to all get shown that when we were kids. And I remember getting my picture in the Blairy, me and my friend Ewan Sutherland, when we were doing a concert. We must have only been about 15, 16. And it was in this part of the world, getting your picture in the Blairy was quite a big deal. And so that's a lovely letter that we got this afternoon. And so I'm going to do, so that was for the Singing Land song. This next song, which is not a song I do very often, and I might struggle with it, but we'll try it and see how we're going. This is for Kirk, Jenny, and wee Jessica from Kirkintilloch. Well, very good, Kirkintilloch. So I'm going to have a wee go at this song because it kind of fits in with my fiddle seed sowing machine. Okay, so here we go. Of these old songs is the memory can be a bit fragile. We'll just see how we go on with it. Great halls, wide with the ages and filled with the treasures of time. High walls, more than the strongest of hearts should believe they could climb. But we all stand here broken and torn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than you. I talk carefully chosen to distance and keep well away. Thin words, more than the gentlest of hearts could honestly say. We all stand here broken and torn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than you. And it turns inside itself, never ever to be understood. Great days held for the few who don't care and don't think they should. We all stand here broken and worn. We long to get back to the fields, back to the open fields, back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn. I don't know anything greater than you. Back to the rolling hills, back to the running barn, back to the open fields. I don't know anything greater than you. And that's my wee song, Open Fields. I just about remembered it all. It was just about there. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to the Tatty Faces. I've got one wee other thing to say. The next live stream concert, which was supposed to be on next Saturday, will now be on. I'm going to keep doing them, but I have to do this one. I've got something else that I have to do on the Saturday night. So I'm going to do it on the Friday night rather than the Saturday night. So it's I'm actually going up to the Edradour distillery to celebrate its 200th anniversary up at Edradour. And I don't know if you know the story of Edradour, but I have a whiskey called Caledonia, which is Edradour 12-year-old malt. But when they were making the malt all those years ago, and now it's a few years ago now, the Jimmy Moon, who makes my guitars, who makes my Scottish guitars, he said, why don't we make a guitar from the first barrel of the whiskey? So when they emptied the barrel of whiskey, we took the barrel down to Glasgow, he dried it all out, and he made this fantastic guitar out of the barrel of the first cask of whiskey, and it lives up in Edradour at the distillery. So for the 200th anniversary, I'm going to go up and play it. I'm going to sing Caledonia on it at the big party up there. So that's why I can't be here on Saturday night, because I can't miss that. It's so important to me. But we'll do our broadcast on the Friday night, and it'll be the same time, same place. Just it'll be a night earlier. So thank you for joining me. All that's left for me now to do is to say good night. Thanks to Tatty Faces. We're just here, me and Jenny are on our own in here tonight in the old school. And so thanks to Jen for pressing the buttons. And thank you for joining me. And I hope you're all looking after each other, staying cheery, smiling like a tatty face. I mean, these are troubled times, but wee nights like this can help to kind of take the edge off it all. So you all look after each other, take care, and I'll see you next Friday night. Bye-bye now. Bye.